Perfect timing.
More
Perfect timing.
centralized.
We are super excited because we have Choir Walk With Me in studio. Welcome.
Hello.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. It's very musical the way they said that.
Yes.
Fantastic.
like they're part of a choir or something.
It's amazing. That's great. What I might do is have each of you introduce yourselves and just how did you get involved with singing initially?
Should I
Did
move
you
this,
sing as
or
a kid?
You can
Yeah,
move it.
you can move
Yeah.
it, and the closer you can get it, the better.
I'll get us started. I'm Lucy. I joined the choir just recently, but I began my singing with just down the street in Frogtown at St. Agnes Catholic Church in the Polyphonic Choir. I was the only child. Who was there. But what I learned was it's more fun to be in the choir than not in the choir.
That's funny. St. Agnes is my mom went there. Or she says Snagness. Wow, that's amazing. I love that.
So I'm Peter. I'm the leader of Choir Walk With Me, and I used to have a choir called Murder of Bros, a dude choir, which sang grunge songs. And but I've been singing my whole life. I was in lots of choirs and voice lessons and opera camp here at the Minnesota Institute for Talented Youth.
Yes.
Here on McAllister campus in high school, and lots of musicals and blah 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 blah.
Only because I like to do this to Langan sometimes. Hey, hands up, anyone who went to a summer opera camp.
Okay, moving on. Next.
Buns?
I'm Buns, they, she, and I've been in choirs my whole life. Mostly, I think I started in middle school, but then in high school, as a punishment for getting caught with drugs, my mom was like, "You're gonna join the church choir and you're gonna get a ride home from an 80-year-old woman every week." And then I was in choir in college a little bit, and I was in anonymous choir with Lucy.
Oh yeah.
Years ago, and now this, and it's really, really fun.
Yay.
Well, I just love that your mom could turn it around. Did she know that you would like the singing?
Yeah,
Or was
I
it
mean,
more of a...
it was more like that you have to do something that's going to keep you out of trouble, and it did.
And she chose well.
Yeah, but she knew that I hated the pastor's wife because she always sang really sharp. And it just drove me crazy. So
That's rough.
Yeah.
We would have to go to mass if we were naughty the night
Yeah.
before, but there was... that didn't stick.
Yeah.
Emily, she, her, and yeah, I was singing out of the womb. I think was constantly told to like keep it down as a kid, singing show tunes and pop songs and anything that I could. As a grown up, I began singing again. I started a singing practice through Minneapolis Community Education and took a Singing for Liberation class with Liz Anderson, a local song leader. I would highly recommend. Good Trouble. Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes, because I'm on the board of Women's March, and
Awesome.
Liz just performed on the stage
Yeah.
at the last event that we did. And
Yeah.
I think, did she also do the chanting?
Yeah.
In the march?
Yes.
Yes. She did a fabulous job.
Yeah. Lots of singing about, our natural power and song as a tool for communication. And post-COVID really was looking for human connection, and singing in a group of people and breathing in synchronization and singing and moving together is just a really powerful way to fortify my self. Yeah.
Well, and I think that there's a huge place for more sing-alongs for liberation, or we can make a list right now. We would fill the hour right there what we would need it for. Even for someone like me, I'm not a singer, I have a terrible voice. I was told singing is like praying twice to God, but not for all of you. You could just mouth it, But even I think that there's just something that it builds community like nobody's business and makes you feel powerful.
It's a natural process, and it's also a powerful mechanism for change, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Super healing every week to sing with these guys. Just lifts me up.
And I should mention, this is only about a quarter of our singers. They're on a good day, on a really good day, there's like 18 of us. So this is just a little little sampling. of
What's
it.
up, choirlings? We love you.
Yeah, we love you
guys.
everybody. I'm not going to try to
Nice.
name you all because I'll mess it up.
I appreciate that. Well, tell us more about the choir for folks. I haven't seen you guys. Langan saw it and said, "Got to have them on." So tell us about it and how you guys got started doing this
Well,
as a unit.
Jess is the one who inspired me to start a choir again a couple of years ago. And at that point, it was going to be a rebirth of, or like a reawakening, I don't know what you want to call it, of Murder of Bros,
Bros.
my previous choir, which was a dude choir per se. But then like people kept wanting to join who did not identify as dudes. And at first I was like, we can all just wear the bow ties and we can sing as dudes and I was very stubborn about it. And then eventually I was like, we need a new name. So new name, new identity, new rules, new boundaries, new everything.
That's the interesting thing about there being rules and boundaries. How collective is this decision making? I mean,
Not very.
I love that honesty. That's amazing.
I'm grateful for the lack of mental burden. This is
Yeah.
not a democracy,
Yeah.
and
Uh-huh.
I deeply appreciate all the labor that you do. And Annika, our choir admin top, and just another space where I don't have to make decisions on that level.
Tell me what to sing.
Yes, tell me
Right.
where to be.
I'll sing anything for you.
Yeah.
At the beginning of each season, we're in the midst of our second season so far, but like I always say, this is neither a consumerist nor a democratic organization. You won't be voting on every little thing, and you won't be telling me what to do, and you won't be paying me to be in the choir, so act accordingly, and I get to do what I want, basically. But within reason. I mean, I definitely take people's requests into account, and I take people's taste into account. And when I start working on a song, if there's no enthusiasm for it, we just move on and do something else.
I appreciate that so much because sometimes you sign up for things and then, oh my, are we going to vote on one more thing?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you're like, I just want to be here to do this, just to sing. As you said, here to sing. I don't want to, yeah. And good for you for taking that seat and saying, I wanted to go this way.
Well, with this many people, I think it's important to have somebody who's in charge and not just spend all your time trying to achieve consensus. So, no consensus.
Yeah, just get to the good stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
So you guys met through previous choirs. How did everyone, I mean, a group of 18 on a good day, how did everyone come together? What's the common denominator? I was trying to figure it out when I saw you at SOAR. I'm like, nothing about this makes sense, and I love it, but how did you all come together?
Friends of friends.
Yeah. Is that it?
Yeah,
Okay.
friends
Okay.
of mine,
Kind of
and then
random.
friends, a lot of friends of Buns, and just friends of friends. But like, I've got a diverse friend group, diverse in some ways, so yeah, it leads to a mishmash of ages and whatnot.
Should we listen to some of it? I was going to say, what I've listened to has been fantastic because, and I already said, I love Magnetic Field. So it's the Magnetic Field songs. And I'm like, to hear how all the voices meld together to get, I mean, his voice is amazing. But but maybe, should we listen to something?
Sure.
All right. What would you?
I have the SoundCloud up.
Okay.
What song would you guys like to hear?
That's up to you.
Well, since you were mentioning magnetic fields, should we do "Born on a Train," that first one in the live performances playlist
From Zora Darling.
from Zora Darling?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do that one.
Okay.
There we go.
Yes. So clearly this is still live streaming, but on the radio people won't hear. So if you need to drop an F-bomb, now's your time.
So this conversation, my dad can hear?
Yeah.
I think he's listening. Hi, Dad.
Perfect.
Love you.
Perfect.
Hi, Emily's dad.
Yeah.
I wonder.
Okay.
Hi,
Yeah.
Misha. Hi, Doug.
Yeah. Awesome.
My dad's always live streaming some radio station, so I told him to turn to this one. Yeah.
I'm just making sure that that's.
So good. Yes.
Yeah. I've got it because I can just fix it there. Just making sure it's as loud as it can be done. Yeah, I've learned the hard way to remind people. People can hear you.
Good reminder about the F-bomb style.
Is it hard to sit and not sing along with it?
Hard to sit and not cry. Such a
In general.
Yeah.
in general.
You got a lighter?
Dare you even ask? Shame on us to take pictures.
Quite rock with me. We're both so. Well, thank you for playing the one that I'm gonna love the most. As I said, I just love Magnetic Fields and Stephen Merritt's voice. But there's something about hearing. I mean, it sounds like him, but it sounds like very layered him in a way that's maybe even better. But you can hear so much different emotion and different. I mean, I just love that kind of the layer. I mean, you take Stephen Merritt's voice and then think of it layered and awesome.
Well, I try to only do a song if I have a new harmonic idea that wasn't already there. So if I can come up with a harmony that didn't already exist, then it's interesting to me.
Yeah.
If I'm just like
Covering the song.
Yeah. If it's like one of our rules in theory is like no pictures of art. Don't take a picture of something that's already whatever, you know,
Evident or
self-evidently art.
Yeah.
So bring something new to the table is what I like to do.
No, I think that's fantastic.
So are you constantly listening to the radio and at the grocery store and stuff thinking, oh, this is a song. This is the next one. Are you?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Constantly rolling in your head.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I think we all are like
Yeah.
wondering what we're gonna do next.
Yeah.
Do you guys make it a
that's-
guessing game?
What he's, yeah, and no pressure for we know I acknowledge the work you put into it and like, but every time we have a new song, it's really exciting.
And I try to keep it a secret, but I'm like fairly bad at that. But I think we have a new song we're gonna start on Tuesday. I think.
Okay.
Guesses, everyone, on what song? Any?
Ooh, I don't know.
So stoic. You're so stoic. You have nothing on your face.
It
So
really
nothing
could
would
be
know.
anything.
That's awesome.
It could be anything. Like we sing Dean Martin.
Crazy B
PJ
Word by
Harvey.
Buckcherry.
That's it.
Got it. You're so good.
But have you done that song yet? Because if not, I think that needs to happen.
Not
We
yet.
can do it right now. I know all the words.
Of course.
How long does it take to rewrite it? I mean, to from thought to finish. Like this is.
It depends.
yeah.
It really depends. I've been trying to crack Madonna's Frozen for like 13 years. honestly, and I just worked on it again yesterday, and it's like I know what's there, I know what my ideas are, but there's like too many layers, it's too complicated, and I need to just simplify it, and I'm not sure it's appropriate for choir. Maybe it's just a solo thing, but right now I have over 25 versions of it that are just me in my apartment.
Wow.
But yeah.
And then when you went on Tuesday, will you bring that song? This is done and dusted. This is how we're going to do it, or do you workshop it after the fact, or?
It kind of depends. Sometimes we tweak things based on how things go, or there will be happy accidents.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. What would you guys say?
I think it's like mostly figured out.
You completely changed what's it called? The synth pop one.
Oh,
Carry
the
the
Built to
Carry the
Spill.
Zero, because
Carry
we
the
did it
Zero.
completely differently up until recently.
Yeah, we did
And
Carry the
it's
Zero
really cool.
with like just piano interludes and then a cappella on the verses and choruses. Well, it's kind of all one long 2 verses. But anyway, I changed it up and made it like a synth pop version of the whole thing with keyboard stuff underneath all of it, and it's better, and we don't go flat as much. So,
And everybody loves it so far. Like,
It's so much fun to
it's
sing.
really cool.
Go ahead.
No, go for it.
So many questions. I find it just amazing. But I'll just say right now, I did not go to opera. I am not musical. I've just never been musical. But I'm like, how can you do it in your head? I mean, I think of Picasso, and they had the exhibit of Jesu Lacaille, where he went from a very literal picture of a woman in a chair to the abstract, and I super appreciate not wanting to take a picture of art, but it seems like it would be easier if you had. How does your mind work where it's not easier to have people on stage and go, no, you try this, you try this, you try this, you try this? I mean, it just seems like it would be so hard.
well, like I do map it out with like multi-tracked versions of at home. So I try to be as prepared as possible so that I can come in confidently and say, you sing this and you sing this. So I always have an idea, at least, to start out with of what it's going to be like. And sometimes that goes awry and we follow a different path. But usually I've worked it out by myself in my own time, because I don't like being creative. I don't like improvising in front of people, really. I don't like to, I don't like that feeling so much. It's changing over time. I'm getting better at that. But
Do you feel like you write for particular voices ever, or do you guys feel like songs are geared towards certain people, or is it very collective? You know, because everyone has a different voice, and although you're all a choir, some points people stood out in the performance, other times someone else stood out. Do you write for that, or that just happens?
I think that just happens. I don't know. I write for like people's specific tastes sometimes. Like we did a mashup of Pink Pony Club with Creed's
Yes,
High.
I have so many questions about that. I was waiting.
Well, that was basically a gift to two people who are leaving choir or just left, Nomi and Liz. We love you.
We love
I
you.
love you.
So much. But Nomi is a big Creed fan, like somewhat ashamedly, but mostly proudly. And Liz is a big Chappell Roan fan, and so I just put them together. Obviously.
I feel like there needs to be more to than that.
Somehow it works.
Yeah.
It did oddly work. It worked oddly perfectly, actually. Yeah.
Well, and you say that we have 25% more or less of the band here, the choir here. Are you able to scale up, scale down? Do you write for 18 people or do you write for 4 people? Do you have to take that into account? The
Well,
scalability or someone gets sick or someone.
I've learned that with this particular group of singers, it's better to have like 2 parts, maybe 3 parts. We have our PJ Harvey song has like 4 parts, and that's pushing it. That's like getting a little overly complex because I don't write sheet music for this group. I did for my previous group, but with this one, I just find it better to just have a lyric sheet and
Call and response.
call and response and sing it by rote, learn by rote.
It's awesome.
How often do you guys practice?
Every Tuesday.
Okay. Is it a
3 out of
long?
4 Tuesdays. 5 out of 6 Tuesdays, maybe.
Yeah, well, we take breaks.
Yeah.
But it's like a strict schedule. It's every Tuesday
You
night.
gotta be on time. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
6:30 we show up and socialize. 7:00 we start and it goes till 8:30.
Okay. And do you have a space, or is it just in someone's house?
It's our houses. Yeah.
Oh wow,
alternates.
very cool. Okay.
I just think that's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, and from doing the radio show, we do it semester to semester, so we get a couple of weeks off between semesters. It's fun to do something you love. It's fun to have a break.
It's fun to
That's
get out of
It's
the house.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think on both parts that it's Should we listen to another song?
Sure.
Let's.
Do you have a request?
I put my request in.
I'm wondering if we can do the Pink Pony Club because I see you
Sure.
have a recording from the show I was at.
Well, I would suggest, since my wonderful friend Kim, who was not paid for videography, sang along, I would suggest we don't use that one. Can we use the one from Seward Cafe that's in the same live recordings playlist?
Yes, let me chat amongst a little bit. Well,
Yeah, tell me about the different places you've played because I was at 7th Street last night and there were 10 people on that stage.
Oh,
I mean, when you've got 18 people, how do people find you? How do you find places to play?
We just get asked to do stuff randomly.
Yeah.
Like we haven't really set out to book anything like this is our big event, but maybe we'll get there.
right. Mostly it's just knowing people. Buns knows a lot of bands. Buns is a performer in their own right. And Lucy, this show at Zora Darling was in honor of Lucy's birthday.
We played Jane's
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
We
Okay.
play
Yeah.
Jane's birthday. We play a lot of
Well, when they're
events
18
for
of you.
ourselves. Yeah, Walter and Dante, 2 of our singers, got married to each other last fall, and we
Played at their
performed at their wedding.
Oh, that had to be beautiful. What
It
did
was
you perform there?
Well, Walter insisted that we do all the sad songs, which we had a lot of last year. And so we did the most tragic of our songs. And
9 Inch Nails.
Nine Inch Nails, PJ Harvey, we did Celine Dion, My Heart Will Go On.
Oh, yeah, we stopped doing that one.
Yeah, we kind of retired that one.
That is such a funny list for a wedding.
Yeah.
I suppose if some are going to be crying, you might as well all be crying.
Yeah.
Exactly. Do you see it?
We're looking for opportunities to
so.
perform. So
Yeah.
I'm seeing 2
Is this a
Pink
good
Pony
time to
Clubs, the one
talk
at
about
Zora
our
and then one other
upcoming
one. I'm assuming
Yeah.
should we talk about our upcoming show?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, please do.
We're We're performing August 16th at This and That. It's a new gallery space in Seward, across the street from Matthews Park. It's very, very, very cute. It's run by friends of mine who are like in the bike club, the Black Label Bike Club, and it's kind of like a punk art space, and it's really cool. And I'm not sure who's playing with us. Is Calvin gonna play with us?
I think it's our friend Calvin Wackerfoos, who goes by Tally.
Yeah.
And I have to confirm with him. But yeah, he's been a great friend to the choir. He's incredibly talented.
So gifted.
It'll be special because there's a real piano
Yeah.
there,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So
It'll be a little different than most of our other shows.
For people who might have a venue or have an event, what is it like space wise? How much space do you need? What would it take to get you to play a show?
Honestly,
And
we're
all the
not
meanings of
that
that.
hard.
Yeah.
Because we're pretty low tech. We just have our Casio keyboard, which unfortunately didn't come with a cord, so we run on batteries. There's so many of us, we don't even need mics in like a small space. It is nice to have mics and amplification in a larger space. But
Zora Darling was our first show with microphones.
no,
Or
we did White Squirrel last
White
year,
Squirrel,
and
yeah,
that
that
was
was
real
nice.
and professional.
Yeah.
Yeah, those shout out David at Zora Darling for being such a caring and hospitable
Yeah,
sound
thank you.
tech.
Thank you, David.
Crushed
He
it.
was
It
amazing.
So great.
Nice.
Yeah.
Should we listen to the?
Yes.
Can I give a disclaimer? There's a lot of some skipping CD action on it, and we kind of get messed up at the end, but that's part of the fun. So
Oh,
it's the whole audience is singing along.
that is why we see live music. If we wanted it to
Absolutely.
be perfect, we would sit home and listen to albums.
Amen.
I just
That part.
Something
Awesome.
cool about this song also is that Peter prints out the lyrics and hands them out to the crowd, so that makes it like a really fun crowd participation opportunity.
I think that's it. All right,
It's really cute.
here we go.
Taco Bell's new crispy
Oh,
chicken
shoot.
tacos and burritos.
All right,
Keep on.
all right. We have a new sponsor. We're super excited about.
I'm fine with Taco Bell sponsoring. We got 31 seconds to talk.
All right. What's your favorite Taco Bell order? I have no.
I ate it driving back from Milwaukee the other day for the first time in like 4 years, and I will never do it again.
I eat it at
It
least
was
4 times a
very,
week.
It was very good though.
My knuckle tattoos will be Taco Bell.
Chicken cantina bowl. It was awesome, but did not feel good later.
Okay, I
Now
think
you know.
now we can play it.
Okay.
Is this it?
That's
That's the only. Yeah,
around.
please come back here.
Okay.
Can I tag the wall?
Absolutely.
Yes, please do.
my God,
Please
I
do.
love it.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Oh, because I
Here we go.
am an idiot. There we go.
No, no.
Perfect.
All right, we got it.
Yep.
Okay.
There we go.
Wait.
Yeah, it's going.
There we go. That was me. Too many.
That was an oopsie. I think we're good.
It fits.
I was so shocked. I called my boyfriend on the drive home like, "Babe, you'll never guess the mashup I just heard and it worked."
Can I walk around and take a video like back?
Yeah,
back
Kirk
can.
If y'all locked in.
I think it'd be really cool if Scott Stapp of Creed heard this mashup and was like, "How to get that choir to
Yeah.
That would
sing
be-
back up
that-
with me?"
I mean, that's got to be the dream. That
Yeah,
somebody
so-
hears
yeah,
it
yeah.
and says, "We need."
Or if Chapel Roan found out about
Yeah.
it.
If
Like,
Cher saw,
Cher, yeah.
that would be.
Start tagging like nobody's
do.
we
business.
just started a TikTok a week ago. So.
Oh, good. Oh, how's that going?
The one video I posted is of this, and it has over 4,000 views. So
Amazing.
pretty
That's
good.
amazing.
Yeah.
I just want Stephen Merritt to hear about it and go,
Yeah.
ugh.
Yeah.
I would love that so much.
It would be.
I feel like Big Thief would really like what we do.
Big
Yeah.
Thief would like it. Most of our artists we cover would like-ish it, but Stephen Merritt, you're right, would turn up his nose.
If
I would
Marky
be
Smith of the
honored.
Fall was still around, I think he'd stick his nose up at
Hair,
that.
yeah.
That's so true. Peter's notes for us to sing the song were heavy, sing heavy.
Heavy.
So at the top of my sheet, I just have heavy. And I imagine the room like just crashing, which she does anyway, right? But just in a new context. Ooh, this is where we get off a little bit.
Not quite yet.
Okay.
It's coming up.
It's there too, though, a little bit. Oof, yeah. See growth,
Yeah.
learning opportunities.
Yeah.
That was the most silent sneeze.
I thought that was
Oh.
fake.
No, I learned to silent C's in restaurants. Because
Wow.
I worked in restaurants for 25 years, and you can't sneeze when you work front of house in a
Yeah.
restaurant, so it's probably really bad for me to
Can
do.
you plug your nose?
No, I just hold it in my mouth, hold like down my throat. It's probably not good. It's probably not good. My body's gonna explode on like the 1000th one.
Sneezes are
On
bad.
air?
This is where I'm trying to wrangle everybody.
That's what you should do to wrangle us. This.
Yeah.
It's like a cat making biscuits.
You know, for marching bands, there's like the central conductor and then the side conductors.
Oh.
So at Zora Darling, I was like this like, to the group of the audience that couldn't maybe see you or wasn't focusing on that section. So I was like following you.
That's good.
It helped.
That's where we got back on track and then proceeded.
I just have to do the call letters. That was Choir Walk With Me on Mostly Minnesota Music on WMCN 91.7 FM in St. Paul. And we have 4 members in studio.
What's
Hey.
Yay!
And that was the mashup nobody asked for and everyone wanted. Thank you for that. How did you know those two work together? Honestly, I mean, I know you mentioned it was for 2 members of the choir, but
Yeah.
like in my mind, you say Creed, Chapel Rome. I am not thinking yes. I am thinking absolutely not.
No, I think you know. I always have like a song in my head. Like always. It's like a radio station. And sometimes there's multiple at once. And I was thinking, what can I mash up Pink Pony Club with? And initially it was going to be Changed by Big Thief, which would have been so sad. It would have been just heartbreaking. And it would have been appropriate in other ways. But and I recorded that one but then somehow, I don't know, Creed got in my head and I just,
Ran with it.
it happened. Yeah, I can't explain any better than anyone
I
else.
guess don't question perfection.
Yeah.
I mean, with such a quirky mashup, are there ever any songs that he brings to the group that you guys are like, no, absolutely not?
No, I don't think so. I mean, maybe I would have had that reaction 5 years ago if Creed and this new pop star named Chappelle Roan, who are they? You know, but I think part of being in this choir and making art with friends is about like forgetting about cringe. Like cringe is cringe, and just be weird and
embrace the cringe.
Find the joy and follow the river. Follow where the river's taking you, right? Like, we're gonna sing it. Let's sing it. And it's beautiful to sing with a group of friends, no matter what we're singing. And I trust Peter's taste, and Peter and I've known each other for quite a long time. And you post your songs that you're listening to in the playlists and albums and things on social media on a regular basis, or used to. And it was always like, oh yeah, that's what I'm listening to. That's amazing. So yeah, I think that the inherent trust is there that he's not going to steer us wrong. But also, if he does, like, that's going to be a cool experience too.
Yeah. I was thinking about the trust, because I think I'm a big fan of noise, which is kind of the direct opposite, where it's all improv. But I've always thought to do that with someone else, it takes a tremendous amount of trust. But so does this, and it's in a much more structured way. Just kind of must have to trust the process, trust the people you're working with, you're singing with. I think that, so you must be as thick as thieves, as we say.
In a way.
Yeah.
We've done some cool stuff together outside of, like, shows. And, like, on Friday, 7 of us from the choir, unfortunately Peter couldn't come, but we went tubing down the Cannon River, and it was so fun. And, like, I don't know, it's cool to, like, find a little family. And, like...
Yeah.
It was so dreamy. We were just holding hands and singing John Denver.
We sang John Denver. We sang Bloodhound Gang. We sang Mariah Carey.
Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, Miley Cyrus.
The people around must have been thrilled.
We were thrilled to listen to their Bluetooth radio stereo as well.
But I was like, genuinely, if I saw people who were all singing it, you'd be like, oh, that is amazing.
Yeah. It's good for me to take up space in ways that are intentional and maybe a little bit annoying to other people, but that's a practice.
I made a friend because when a bunch of us went over the winter to do a polar plunge at sauna camp, and we hung out in the saunas afterwards, like a 200-degree sauna, and we sang in the sauna. And I met a guy the next day at a show. He was like, oh my God, you were in the sauna singing. And now I see him around and we're like, hey, what's up?
That is
kind of cute.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
If someone had an interest, are you guys open to new people joining? Is there a process?
Don't worry, it won't be in.
No, will not be me.
Cannot
Is it like a rush week kind of a? Yeah.
That's a great question. And like right now, so we are a finite group because we practice in people's houses, including my sister Maggie, who's in choir. We're at her house every other week, and it's a small house. So we're somewhat limited in how many people we can admit into the group at this point. And we have currently a wait list of like 6 people who want to be in and whom I haven't contacted because it's just, we're blowing up.
Yeah, but anyone who comes to one of your shows can sing along to Pink Pony Club to Creed right now.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you can come along and
you get
sing
the
along.
sheet. Yes, absolutely.
Right.
I think that's fantastic. Yeah. I mean, I love the idea of it, but I would say, yeah.
And if you're desperate to join, you're welcome to send a message to Choir Walk with Me, our Instagram account. But it's just me running the Instagram, so it could take a while for me to respond, and you'll be on a wait list. So that's how it goes.
Unless you're a bass.
Unless you're a bass.
yeah,
In this case,
we
move
do
to
kind
the
of need
front of the
lower
line.
voices. And recently we got Billy, and he adds a good depth.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Of course, that makes sense. That yeah. I was thinking maybe if they sent cupcakes along with it or something, that might help.
Doesn't
with
hurt to send
Yeah.
cupcakes. Cash is cool. I
Yeah.
don't know about you. I mean, cash.
JK.
JK.
Kind of. Not really.
But well, yeah. Are there people who come to all the shows? All the shows, but
Yes.
Kind
Some
of,
super-
yeah.
Flip is our number one.
Oh, yeah,
fan.
Flip.
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 Moving
Shout out to
away,
Flip.
but yeah.
Liz's bestie, Merle, was at literally all of our shows, but then they just moved to Toronto.
oh,
So,
And Liz's friend Nastia has been at a
Mhm.
lot, and my buddy Chris
Mason
Yeah.
Butler from
Mason.
KFAI,
Huge
he
fan.
comes to a lot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
do you ever think touring is the wrong word, but finding opportunity? I mean, touring would be amazing, but 18 people touring, I can only. But playing festivals or doing things like that out of all the way in Winona or Red Wing or
Well, we
yeah.
performed in Wisconsin a month or two ago for at a farm that our friend and singer Nomi just moved to. So that's why they are leaving the choir. But they invited us to come back there in future summers and have like a little retreat / performance. And I love that idea.
It was the most fun.
It was super fun.
It
We
was
camped out on the
beautiful.
land.
Small, like, lesbian run farm by Lake Pepin
Mhm.
called Savannah Moon. It was
That
so
area is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The people were so nice. They fed us. They let us camp, and
Mhm.
it's just really cute.
Yeah, we talked about touring on Friday actually. Like, not it. I think getting people together every Tuesday is a feat in and of itself.
Yeah.
But if we can do that, I feel like we can do anything.
Yeah.
a little
I
bit.
think we
Like,
should try to play at Sacred Heart Church in Duluth.
oh, that'd be great.
Oh my gosh.
Cathedral.
And if anyone's willing to pay us for travel to
Yeah.
get to you,
Absolutely.
that's a thing that anything's possible.
Well, and there are a number of churches in Red Wing for the Big Turn. I mean, you could knock it out of the park there too.
Oh, that would be cool.
Just for the, of course it's February traveling, but it's not that far.
It's so
But
close.
That would be
So
an
close.
amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What else is there to do in February but sing?
Right, right, exactly. I'm looking a little bit. Should we play one more song?
Sure.
Look, what would you like to hear?
So, well, speaking of our friend Calvin, he also goes by Tiny Pants, and as Tiny Pants, he remastered a song from our KFAI performance. So I wonder can I help you find that?
Yes, I'm letting an ad play through for the next 14 seconds, so we don't have to hear it.
Okay, perfect.
So can I navigate to
Yeah,
it?
absolutely.
Okay.
I don't do sound.
Do you know that band?
Oh.
Now, how do you guys watch what Peter's listening to so that you can put gambles on what the new mashups are going to be, or found ways to sort of influence?
Yeah.
Peter will make
Pay
playlists
attention.
for us.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that would.
We're all kind of making playlists and sharing stuff we like with each other.
Yeah,
In
everybody.
our Signal chat.
Mhm.
which
That's
is fun.
awesome. Are you
You have 7 seconds.
okay?
I'm dripping sweat
Yeah.
from every.
It
Which
is
direction?
always. It's nice in January because it's
Yeah,
this
I bet.
warm in January in
Yeah.
here, but it's not so nice
Yeah.
in July. Ready?
Just like we never say goodbye, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
this is our Sophie song, Just Like We Never Said Goodbye. It's a
Oh,
regular.
yes.
Oh, yes. Okay.
2, 3, 4.
Perfect.
That sounds great.
Okay. There we go.
Does anyone need water? I have a water bottle up there.
It is after this. We'll just kind of finish her up, anyways. I like to do good modeling for the students, so that I like to be ready when they.
Yeah.
It doesn't work with my own children. I don't know why I think it would work. But it's getting close to 4.
Do you have to work at McAllister or be a student at McAllister to eat
No.
here?
No.
Okay.
So especially on the weekends, they like community people.
Cool.
Yeah.
How
So
long have you been doing
I've been here about maybe 7 years. Wait, before COVID for sure, 7, 8 years. Yeah, I didn't. It's not something I ever thought I wanted to do. So the story is I dropped my daughter off at college in Winnipeg. All she wanted was a radio show. And then she went back 2 months later and had me on, and I was like, you know what? That's kind of fun. And then like, the next week they were looking for community people to sign up.
That's awesome.
And I had no idea if it was like a 1 in a million. No, but you know. But I have to reapply every semester. And they're always like, we gave you the same time. I'm like, no, you didn't. But thank you for trying.
Yeah.
This time I was thankful because it was always on the weekend. It's always during the day. I had to say I can't. Saturdays would be hard for me because all the marches and rallies that I.
Sure.
Yeah. People said it'd be okay with me. It's been fun. Yeah, you've been doing it for a couple of years with me. Like
A year solid. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So cool.
yeah. It's very fun.
Yeah. It kind of makes me cry.
We started singing this right after I had a huge breakup, and now I don't get upset anymore when we sing it.
Yeah.
I cried in Jane's garage when we sang it.
Yeah.
It felt good though. It's good.
Yeah,
therapy.
sometimes
it's part of the
it's
point.
right to cry.
Yeah, to feel the feels.
It's cathartic.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
always cry during Masterpiece though, no matter what.
Did you play inside at the White Squirrel or did you play outside?
Inside,
Inside.
love that place.
I do too.
Yeah, I find we sound better when we squeeze together as close
That
as
makes
possible.
sense.
Yeah.
So even though it's a tiny stage, it worked out fine.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I wasn't there, but I'm there a lot. I live straight over there, so.
Have you guys ever heard his country songs? Like he does country covers? Yes.
Michael
So
Cera is
good.
actually back.
Yeah, he
They're the
is.
same
Michael Cera's
person.
back.
Have you ever seen them in a room together?
He's back without the Scientology.
Right.
Is this available to like listen to later?
Yes.
YouTube?
Yes, I will. It'll be it's live streaming on Facebook, but I'll download it and then upload it to YouTube. So
Very
it's-
cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Choir walk with me. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank
This
you
is
so
this is so much fun.
Ew.
Will you remind folks where they can find you online? And you've got that show coming up. Is it August 16th?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're on
August-
TikTok.
Yeah, we're on TikTok at, I can't look it up right now, but I think it's
Just search CWWM.
yeah,
and you'll find it.
CWWM on TikTok, and then Instagram choir_walk_with_me.
If you just search Choir Walk with Me on Instagram, you'll find it. And yeah, August 16th at This and That Gallery in the Seward neighborhood of Minneapolis. We'll also be at a farmer's market on October 25th, but that's a ways out. And I can't remember. It's like the Southwest Farmers Market or something. But follow us on Instagram and then you'll know everything.
And probably my 40th birthday party, November 22nd, at Memory Lanes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fun Fest.
Fun fact.
That's awesome. That will be. we'll
The
have to
date
mark
is
that
kind
down.
of up in the air right now, though, because Luke just told me he forgot to, actually figure that out.
Reserve.
So
Yeah, it happens.
We'll see.
It happens. Your birthday can happen anytime that week,
Yeah.
or all week.
Yeah,
40
as long as it's
month.
before Thanksgiving.
That is the only tricky part I can see. Well, thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so
This
much.
has been
Thank you.
joyful.
Yeah.
So thank you.
So fun.
Back to music about telephones.
Yeah, let's listen to Call Me from Mint Condition to wrap things up.
Nice.
Thank you. This is right.